some of what we were being told about climate change was just wrong. I suspected other things, but I didn't have the facts at my disposal. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go. I'm going to find out the truth for myself. So I went back to the base data from NASA, from NOAA, peer-reviewed studies, looking at each one of these claims that are being made, and it's just shocking that time after time after time, what we actually find is actually happening is completely opposite of what we're being told by the mainstream media and the government sources like the UN's Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, just completely at odds. The science, facts, and the data with what's actually happening, and it's incredible. You just saw your listeners. I'd encourage them to look at my YouTube channel, Inconvenient Facts. If they Google that or search for that at YouTube, what you just saw was how the Earth is greening, it's thriving, it's prospering, and it's because of warming temperatures, and they are warming. And increasing CO2. We're growing more crops. There's vegetation's increasing. Again, this is not what we're being told. And the video I'm working on right now, again, is relating health and life expectancy with warming temperatures. And we find the largest study of its kind ever performed, 74 million deaths they looked at over a 14-year period. And they judged that 20 times as many people die from cold as from heat. But yet, the reports that come out, the most recent, there was a national climate assessment released about a month ago. I mean, they just flatly state that more people are dying because of global warming, when, again, just the opposite is happening. And they related all kinds of things that they say are going to go wrong and kill people due to warming. But if we look, and in the book, and you can see my YouTube video hopefully tomorrow, we'll see that extreme weather-related deaths from extreme weather have declined 98% over the last 100 years. 98% decline of extreme weather deaths. That's not what they're telling us.
No, not at all. If I can interject one thing before we move on, the graphics that you put in the video that you tweeted out on January 2nd, very compelling. And folks, I would urge everyone to watch this. Take 4 minutes and watch this video. Again, it's on Twitter, on Mr. Whitestone's page. Follow him at G. Whitestone on Twitter. But thank you for the graphics, Joe. I know you want to punch in with some.
Yeah. Can I mention that? It's important in this debate. Too often we see graphs or charts that are out there. It's important to me that these are fully sourced and referenced. You have to know where that chart's. I could make anything up. I'm not going to do that. But you have to be, the people that look at my work and my charts, they have to rely that the source data is correct, and it's coming from substantial sources, peer review, NASA, NOAA. Otherwise, we see things out there that aren't sometimes just flatly made up. But go ahead. I just wanted to throw that in there.
Well, I wanted to ask you, I'm sure you know a lot more than me on the history of the global warming, climate change alarmism, but I recently came across a newspaper article from 1918 that sounded eerily similar to what we see today in a lot of these UN